Hey guys, and welcome to FanCast. We're very grateful to be recording from the historic St Kilda Sports Club, the oldest locker room in the Southern Hemisphere. Join us on the bench where we talk all things footy. We're fans, and this is FanCast.
Me.
You. All right.
All right. Itchy nose. Oh, okay.
G'day FanCasters, and welcome to another episode here on the pod where we have a proper footy chat. Good to see you again this week, Anna.
Thank you.
You only
Good to
come
be
in
here.
after the Saints win, do you?
No, that's not true. I've been here from quite a few losses. Thank you.
Fair enough.
Yes.
See, this man, his courage.
Win, lose or draw, I'm here.
Look at him.
Yeah.
Love you, Steveo.
Yeah, can't wait to talk footy this week.
Yeah.
It's great.
Are you excited to talk footy?
Yeah.
You have a lot to say.
Yeah, up and about.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look, you're the only one who won, but I feel like we won too.
Yeah.
So even though we didn't, and that's a dangerous thing. It's a dangerous thing to be happy with an honourable loss, but
I don't
Here
think
we
so.
are.
I think it's a good thing. I think it's a sign of humility.
humility.
Yeah.
It also could be also be a thing of we're putting, cutting our chickens before they hatch sort of thing in terms of our optimism and there's something to work with here. We're actually going to be really good. We're going to beat Carlton this week. You know what I
Who
mean?
was it? What is it on an earlier podcast that someone told you so long as Chris Scott is the coach, you're just not going to win anything.
Oh yeah, Brad. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Or Brad Scott.
that was Reese last week.
Yeah, Brad Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah, was that Reese last week?
Yeah,
Or is that
Reese
when I
last
saw
week was
that
saying
clip?
that Brad Scott sucked the winning out of North Melbourne.
Yeah, it's possible.
And that he's going to suck the winning out of us because we've had so much winning in
mean,
the 21st century, haven't we?
I mean, he would know if he suffered the wrath of Brad Scott. So
Yeah, but he'd also know the prelim finals that were reached on the Brad Scott too.
yeah.
So it's not like it was all just pure.
But do you realize
sucking.
is that all you're after is a final? You're after like a a good team that's constantly producing good football.
Yes,
So
that's the
with
hope.
that comes final.
Yes, correct. That's the hope.
Yes.
The hope is that you can string it all together at the right time, and you
Yes.
need a bit of luck. We obviously haven't had any luck whatsoever this year with our injuries, of course. So it's just
Depth.
not our year. It does test the depth,
Mm-hmm.
and it will certainly be tested again this week against the Twin Towers of the Blues.
The
Yeah.
Blues.
The Blues, yes.
Although that's anybody's game, in my opinion. I think you guys are pretty even Stevens in terms of performances.
To be honest, this was the best performance that we've had all year, and it was off the back of a loss. None of our wins were anywhere near as good as this loss, which is the crazy thing about being an Essendon supporter at this point in time. I know it's going to be up and downs with development and young team and whatnot, but as long as we can play that fast ball movement that we had in quarters 2, 3, and 4, and not the crab sideways kick to kick that we did in quarter 1, like I hope the players can see the difference between a successful game style and an unsuccessful game style, and then apply that right from the get-go,
Yeah. Hopefully.
hopefully.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
the Lions, did the Lions lose any respect or supporters over that performance, you reckon? Or just a good old-fashioned hit out, both teams walk out with some things to be happy about?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how I rate the Lions right now, to be honest. They're just a meh.
Mm.
Are they just like in the mid-season slump, I think, a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Well, they had a good win last week
I don't know. I'm just, I don't.
against your boys.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
it's not a good win coming up against us.
Oh, don't say that.
No, they played well, right?
Yeah, they played well.
really well, MCG, and they're coming back home to the Gabba. You're thinking this is going to be a smashing. Essendon even lost Mackay as well. Another key defender went out, and you're thinking, this is just going to be Brisbane by how much? The first quarter was all Brisbane's way.
It was looking like that, wasn't it?
And then it wasn't anymore. So, how much do we read into Brisbane? Are they legit, or was it just they're tired of a 5-day break? What was it?
Yeah, they're legit. It's just one of those games that every team that has won a flag or is in contention have a couple of those games, like the draw and the Essendon game. So
I think they're actually performing way better than a lot of teams this season after a flag. They're having
Yeah, they
a
are.
pretty solid season. I
Yeah.
didn't find anything that exciting about it. That's all.
Yeah.
It's just pretty bleh
Yeah.
for now.
Yeah.
For now. I'm
you
sure
s-
it will change.
Yeah, because you're saying that there are teams, that have down periods. Well, this next team and this next game between obviously your boys and the Pies.
Yeah.
For the Pies, apart from round 0,
They've been good.
where they got done by the Giants,
They've been good.
I don't think they've had a bad week since then, have they?
No. They've played well every week since, I would say.
I don't know. They've had some bad quarters maybe.
Yeah, but not
But
in terms
not a
of
full game.
or a
Yeah.
half a game.
Yeah. I'm curious, like, do the Hawks, I feel like when I was watching that game that the Hawks were playing a very similar style of football to Collingwood, just aren't as well versed in it as Collingwood.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
like Collingwood playing a younger Collingwood.
Yeah, their spread absolutely killed us. And that's how they were getting the goals early. We were playing better in the first half for sure until the late patch in the second. And yeah, we just couldn't contain Collingwood's spread and the energy they had and the lack of tackles we had. So it was mostly a good first half, and then the second half we just completely capitulated.
Do you think that was a Collingwood thing or a Hawks thing?
Bit of both. Yeah, for sure.
You guys have obviously a big test coming up this week. You got the Dogs who
Yeah.
are going to
I
be fresh
know.
off their bye, and
Oh,
And
but
they're
that
pretty-
could go either way.
it could correct the
It could go
bye.
either way.
Nah, they'll beat us.
I don't know.
There will be no Liberatore.
If we cannot contain that midfield,
There will be no Libba this week.
what happened?
I think he's on a shoulder.
Oh, really? Where? When? What? In Bali during the bye?
I don't know. I just read somewhere.
Oh, somewhere. Where?
Group chat.
So it means nothing currently.
Maybe
There's
for
been
now.
absolutely no
I
announcement.
think it was on Channel 7.
Somebody was wishing that
Until
we
I
was in his
see Mitch
shoulder.
Cleary say it.
I think it was on Channel 7. I think
Channel 7 group
On Channel
chat.
7.
it was reported. I think it was reported on Channel 7 that he was at the hospital for a shoulder problem.
Ooh,
Okay.
really?
Libba injured at training.
Ooh, training.
Oh, might only
Shoulder
lose by 40 now.
Saw
I
on
don't know.
7 News. So
I think you guys could win that one.
We haven't beaten anyone good, so it's hard to say.
I thought you guys could have actually. I thought you could have beat Collingwood. I think you just fell off.
Yeah,
Like-
the lack of pressure in the second half,
Yeah.
Collingwood just pounced.
Just
You've got to be on
immature
your A game to
Collingwood.
beat them. They're the team to beat.
Well, they're your future.
Basically.
Future. future
Hopefully.
on. Yeah. I don't know. That's how I saw it. Is like Collingwood playing Collingwood's younger
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah, no, we're not a bad side. We're not a good side. We're just an average team.
Young Collingwood.
Yeah, we're
Okay, relax. Don't shit on yourself too much.
no.
Jeez.
I'm a straight shooter, Anna.
But that's
I
not
don't
straight. It's
cheerlead
straight
or-
down. Like,
I don't.
it's not, you're not a bad
no,
team.
but it's the truth. We're not a good side. We're not a bad side. We're just
You
there.
are a good side.
No, we're not.
Okay.
We haven't proved it at all.
Okay.
define good side.
What's a good side?
Every week you gotta wonder if you could beat them. I think most teams come to play the Hawks and aren't sure if they'll beat them or not.
Okay.
Okay, so you're always competitive.
Yeah.
Whether or not you win, okay, maybe you don't win all the games, but it's always a competitive game. No one's going, oh, we're playing the Hawks. That'll be an easy one, like they do with my team.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Hawthorn asked for it, didn't they? Like they asked for the prime time
Hollywood.
flashing lights.
Yeah, I believe
that.
Yeah,
the
the
word was-
Hollywood Hawks.
Yeah,
Hollywood.
they wanted more prime time games. And what does more
Hawthorn.
prime time games mean? A harder fixture, doesn't it? Because they're going
mean,
to stack you against the
sometimes
better sides.
the big club.
Yeah, they're going to stack you
Yeah.
against the good sides, and we haven't been able to contain it as of yet. There's still a long way to go in this season, but they need to shake a few things up.
Well, it's not just ask and you shall receive. You showed last year that you had a wonderful run.
Yeah.
You won the elimination final.
Yeah.
Again, those are bright lights
That was a
against the
magical
Dogs.
That was a magical year.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not just
I
simply.
want that team back.
Oh, please give us some more prime time,
Well,
sir.
we'll take Josh
please,
Battle.
sir. Can I have some more prime time, sir? That's not how it works. It was you had to earn it, right?
Yeah,
you
which
earned
we
it.
did.
and
Yeah.
you did, and now you're sort of floundering a little bit
Yes.
under that weight,
Yeah, under the pressure.
under
yeah.
the pressure.
I mean, this is
But pressure can create diamonds, can't
They
it?
can.
it's part of a rejuvenating football team.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I think you're on a good trajectory. Don't
Yeah.
All you have to
shit
do,
all over it.
all you have to do is just let Dermot Brereton wear an Essendon
Oh,
scarf.
God.
Because of Archer
Because
May.
Archer May is
God.
playing for the Bombers now from the mid-season draft, and it was the best thing possible because we managed to shaft both Collingwood, who had their eyes on him, and Dermot Brereton all in the same night. It's so good. Oh, I'm so happy.
We had Cyril cheering for Gold Coast a few weeks ago. We've suffered enough. Well, no, we haven't. No, we haven't.
You
I'm
haven't,
talking-
mate.
No, I
Look,
haven't.
You know what you are lucky for? Kane doesn't pick on you very much at all,
No,
does he?
he likes us.
You're lucky.
Yeah,
taking a punch, taking a
Because
swing at
he's-
almost every other club.
No,
Because
he
he's,
likes us actually too.
he's buddies
Yeah.
with
Like
Mitch.
you guys.
Buddies with Mitchell.
Oh, there you go.
So that's probably why.
He likes
make out
us.
on the
He likes
weekend.
Caddy.
Yeah, he likes
Who doesn't like Nate Caddy? If you don't like Nate Caddy, look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, do I like myself?
It's interesting.
Seriously, Nate Caddy, superstar.
sexy.
Yeah, future superstar. He could honestly, like, I don't know, hyperbole for sure. But he's got everything in the toolkit. He's got the ability to take a screamer, can great mark overhead, kick goals, freakish goals over his head, can run really fast. Like,
Yep.
he's got a lot of Buddy characteristics.
He does.
Right? I'm not saying that he is Buddy, okay? Pump the brakes. I'm just saying he has a lot of Buddy characteristics, but with also an ability to take an overhead mark that Buddy wasn't really known for as well.
Yeah.
So
Oh, guy.
could he get to that? Can he get to that sort of stratosphere in terms of being a face of the comp?
Potentially, yeah. Oh, it's hard to say though.
Of course.
A lot can change.
Oh, of course. But in
Yeah.
terms of this very, very small sample data, the sample size that we've got,
He's capable of it, yeah. I'd say so.
I think you guys, I wouldn't take it too poorly, your performance against Collingwood. It's not easy. Bobby Hill when he has a good game, Jamie when he has a good game, it's hard to beat.
yeah.
It's just really hard to beat.
It is, clearly. They're
Yeah.
a great side.
Yeah.
The
so,
Pies, and
you know,
they'll be in there the last couple of weeks of September, that's for sure.
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, I said that from the beginning.
Yeah, it seems, yeah. I'm just waiting for them to have their patch of poor games. No one has a full season of just pure
Yeah,
brilliance.
it'll come, and we just
It'll
don't know
come.
when it will come.
Probably when we play them.
Hope so. That would be good. That would stuff up everybody's tips though.
Yeah, it would.
It's coming. It's like 3 weeks from now.
This game stuffed up my tip. The Suns
They-
on the Gold Coast
Oh.
at home lost to these Freo Dockers that
They're
we
rolling
were
now.
talking about at the start of the season, mate.
They're rolling now.
We were calling it from the start.
We were big on those Dockers, and
We were.
I will admit, I did give up a little bit of faith.
Yeah, mid
and
mantle.
it is just a friendly reminder to not go too extreme or too extreme
wait,
with
wait.
players.
It's never as
teams'
good or as
predictions.
bad as it seems.
Not to be a jerk, but does this game mean anything for either team?
Yes.
Yes,
In
does.
what way?
4 points to get closer to the top 8.
No, I know, but does it mean anything about like the quality of either team?
Yeah,
I think it goes. I think that's.
I don't think it's making any statements at all about anything.
I think it's a great show for Freo. I thought Freo, because the Suns are normally really good at home.
Yeah.
They're really good at home, and they've
Yeah.
had a great patch, and they were top 4. So this is probably the best Gold Coast Sun team that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
And this Fremantle team brought back Sean Darcy
Yeah.
and
lost
what?
Alex Pearce.
Lost Alex Pearce.
Brought back Nat Fife as the sub.
How good was that?
Yeah, lovely.
Lovely, jovely. And they went up there and they got the dub. That's really good.
Is this just karma for Dimmer opening his big mouth again last week? Maybe.
Look, I don't think it was him who opened his mouth more than Ross.
it was. Yeah, it was.
You
Because
started it.
He should have kept his mouth shut.
Ross should have kept his
Everyone,
mouth.
no.
Ross started it.
Everyone knows that they're a Nepo baby. That's not a mystery. It's not a surprise. It's like everyone knows that.
So why do I have to
Dimmer
say it
knows
then?
that.
So why do I
He
have to
called
say
them
it?
shiny new toys. Like, what the hell?
So why do I have to say it then?
Because it's all everyone knows. Why does Dimmer have to respond? Have some class.
What about the person who took the first pot shot? There's no class in that.
Excuse me. He was only stating the obvious.
Yeah, and Dimmer stayed the obvious with a 13,000 crowd.
Okay. Obviously.
He returned serve, and he's allowed to return serve, in my opinion.
I mean, look, I was at that game. There were no Gold Coast supporters there at all. It was like five of them at other games. To be fair about the attendance level, at other games, there's other clubs that draw way more supporters than the Suns did. Okay,
Yeah, for sure.
So there's 5 Suns. Everyone else is a St Kilda supporter. If it was a Freo game, there'd be more supporters there. And if it was a Freo game, there'd be more people. I just think it's a really stupid way to make comparisons because nobody was there for the Suns. So they may get a huge crowd in their state where no one gives a shit about footy, but here they get nothing. So I don't know what he thinks is so special about his team. I don't see it. I think it was a poorly communicated stat, and it's bullshit.
Gold Coast Suns have 26,157
I don't care.
members.
We're talking about attendance at Marvel Stadium.
Yeah, and this is not Marvel's not in Gold Coast.
I don't care. Nobody came to this game. So he's talking about attendance, that we only got a certain amount of people there. A lot of times that stadium's full of opposition players. That's when the stadium's more full.
You guys have 60,000 odd, 60,500. Come on, that's a lot of members there. Surely you can get more than 13.
To be fair, awful time slot to
and
go
it's
to.
a bad
what time was it?
4:40 Sunday.
Oh, jeez, yeah,
That's
that's
Sunday.
bad.
Worst
Scary's
We get
hours.
the worst time. That's another thing.
That's bad.
We get the worst times. Like people going out with their families aren't bringing their kids to Sunday at 4 o'clock
No,
football.
they're not. That's bad.
So it's not even a comparison. It's just a stupid thing, and I'm still mad.
All right, I think we kindled the volcano enough.
Anyway.
I think we did enough there. It's all right.
Anyways.
Cop that, Dimmer.
Great
You
for
lost.
you, Freo. Great for you, Gold Coast. You lost to a team that we beat.
That's right.
Well done.
That's right.
Yeah.
But the Dockers seem to have turned it around. We'll see
hope so.
we'll see what they look like in the weeks to come.
I just think that game, I'd like to see their next game.
Well, they've got a bye this week, if I
Then we're not
recall.
gonna see it.
They got a week off. Yeah, they got a week off, as do you. You both
Yeah.
got the week off this
Yeah,
week.
we do,
So
we
you both rest together
Yeah.
and lick each other's wounds. And then we go to the Giants and
Gross.
the Tigers. Giants and the Tigers.
Few talking points here.
Man, the
Ooh,
wounds.
quite a few.
Yeah.
The wounds. The
What
wounds of a
wound?
knee.
What?
Poor
Oh.
Cal
Poor
Cal Ward.
Ward.
But was there a few moments where we thought, was that injury the thing that threw the Giants off? Like, what was going on? For a while, I was like, are they going to lose that game?
Yeah, it looked like it, didn't it?
Poof. What happened?
Good stuff from the Tigers.
Did you watch that game?
Yeah, I did. Yep.
What happened?
Tell us, please.
Neither of you watched?
No, I'd like to hear what you have to say.
No,
I didn't watch.
obviously the Cal Ward injury would have hurt the Giants' spirit. Like that's no, it's not the last player left from the first season, but awful injury, and then they were shocked for a fair bit. Tigers were pretty ruthless straight away in the midfield. Taranto, Hopper, Prestia run amok in the midfield, absolutely destroyed the Giants. And is that a bubble I created? Are you serious?
You just spit a bubble. It was cool.
How's that even possible?
You spat a bubble.
He did.
I am at West Ham. I'm a hammer through and through, Dave.
Unbelievable.
Just
I'm
a tiny
forever blowing bubble.
Oh,
Stop.
that pickle juice.
Oh my god.
It's the pickle
How
juice.
much have you had to drink before this episode?
I drove here. I haven't had a drop.
You know, it's that cartoon when they hiccup from drinking
Yeah,
so much
exactly.
alcohol
Yeah.
that they're hiccup bubbles.
I think it's pickle juice.
It might still be. That's still haunting me to this day. That was awful pickle juice that Dave brought out. But he bought it. It's
It
fine.
looks delicious.
Yes, back to the game.
Yes,
Anyway.
Taranto,
Tigers and
Hopper,
Giants.
Prestia, run amok. They were good. And just destroyed the Giants, obviously. Not having Finn Callahan hurts.
They miss Nan Curvis a lot.
Yeah. Who?
The Tigers, they were happy to have Nan Curvis in the side.
Yeah, good to have him back. Destroyed Briggs.
Was very good.
Kieran Briggs has had a real fall from grace since that
I'm pretty sure
breakout year.
Pretty sure his girlfriend dumped him. Part of the reason why he's so sad and upset.
Is that real?
Again, my messages are really
he's got
interesting.
that from Big Footy. Nank destroyed Briggs and the Richmond midfield run amok early. What killed Richmond was their change of game style towards the fourth quarter.
So
And
the coach killed it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
No, Uze deserves a bit of blame for that.
Yeah.
Regardless of who you're coming up against, who you're coming up against, who you are as a team, regardless of how unreal it would be to win that game, that's poor coaching. That is, they just completely shut shop.
Yep.
Real Hawthorn against Port Adelaide from last year vibes. The thing you got to do is keep playing the way you're playing. That got you in that position.
Exactly.
I don't understand why teams just all of a sudden, all right, we're going to stop everything that's worked.
Yes.
And we are going
And they go-
to, and we are just going to lock down
And park
really
the
hard
bus.
with Jesse Hogan in that forward line. It's
Exactly.
just, it was a recipe for disaster. It was, good effort from Richmond, but I just thought that fourth quarter was really poorly
Is it like a
executed.
Is it like a protect the lead kind of a
Yeah, it was.
thing,
It was exactly like
but
that.
maybe you can't do that because you're not good enough at that yet. So
Well,
just
you-
keep trying to keep lead.
even if you lose, keep playing the way you were playing. You can cop that. But a complete change in game style to protect the lead, save the win.
Yeah.
Just madness.
But also one that I think the Giants are pretty good at. So why would you do that?
Yeah, exactly. They're like the best,
was so-
one of the best run and carry teams in the competition with Lockie Whitfield, Lockie Ash. Then you got their blistering team with Toby Green and all that. And
Yeah, little helmet.
yeah, the little helmet.
Oh, I hate that thing.
It is probably the toughest forward line to protect the lead in the competition.
Exactly.
Darcy Jones, the little helmet running around
Yep.
in the Giants coloured helmet.
Yeah.
Those things.
Cold hero, but yeah, just poorly done by Richmond.
Exactly. Even Cadman was looking good as well.
Cadman, yep.
You can't give momentum can be a bitch or it can be amazing depending on
Yeah.
what side of it you're on. And parking the bus
Yeah.
is just a free. Here you go. Take all of the momentum.
Here you go,
under possible.
GWS. There's the momentum.
Yep.
Have a crack at us for
Run at us.
a whole quarter.
We're a young team.
Yep.
And we can tire out.
Yep.
So we're just going to let you have all the momentum to end this game
mean,
and steal it from us.
Against the Giants.
Now, maybe they were a young team and they were running out of tickets a bit potentially. Because they were running hard
Yep.
and they were outworking them and they just didn't have the tickets to go for the full 4 quarters.
I don't
so
know.
So the instruction becomes, let's just slow it down then.
Maybe.
Go when you can go.
Right.
But
Yeah.
as soon as you do that, the other team, which is full of seasoned professionals,
Right.
they're going to go
Yeah.
all game long. They're not just simply going to wait for you to.
Yeah, and another big factor for the Giants winning that game as well was Cal Ward hopping his way over to the players,
With the speech.
delivering a 3/4 time speech to the boys. Real diehard sort of scenes.
Die Hard?
Sorry.
Braveheart?
Braveheart, sorry.
Close.
I don't know. Die Hard.
Whatever. I
A
confused
good
the
day to
stars.
die hard.
Hey. And they play like they died hard.
Playing against Richmond. It's a good day to die hard today.
I mean, I didn't know what he was
my
gonna.
God.
I don't know what he was-
Braveheart. I'm
Yeah,
so
yeah,
sorry. A
okay.
real scene out of Braveheart.
Yeah.
Sort of stuff from Cal Ward. I don't know how that came up in my mind, but
Christmas.
yeah, Christmas. We're very close, aren't we?
They may take our life, but they will never take our freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kill him.
Do it for your mates. Do it for your brothers. What else was he saying?
Is that what he's saying?
Yeah,
What was
yeah.
he really saying? Do you know what he was saying?
No, I wasn't in there.
Well, I don't know if you could I don't know if you want a chat, like a group chat. Like,
No. I do have a group chat. None of us are good lip syncers.
No good lip syncers. I'm sure there was a lot of expletives in there
Yep.
about those pussycats.
Maybe a spray. Maybe you give him
Yeah,
a spray.
yeah, potentially.
A rev up, not a spray. A
Yeah.
rev
I
up.
didn't break for you to, that kind of thing.
I
Yeah.
like that. I like that. We'll roll with that. Well,
And just shout out to Cal Ward.
Oh, yeah? Why is he doing poorly?
No.
Oh.
No, he did say before the season started that regardless of what happened, this would be his last year. His family lives in
didn't hear that.
Melbourne, so he's been playing for GWS there. So very likely is the last ever time we'll see him on a footy field. So
Shame.
salute to Cal Ward.
Yeah.
327
Sorry, sir.
games. What a career.
How much?
legend.
327 games.
Okay.
He got his boys
What?
over the line with those words.
He did.
He could be a coach one day.
I think that's his plan.
If you can give a rev up like that at 3/4 time and see a result,
If we're going to lose to the Tigers my last season, I'm just saying.
I'm never. You never see me again. You will never see me again. Well, the
I'm
Swans
out of here tomorrow.
out of here tomorrow, as quickly as the Swan supporters were out of SCG.
Ooh.
That was brutal. So brutal. They were pumped by 90 points.
I turned
against
off a
the
quarter
Crom.
time, so you two will
I
have
didn't watch
to help
this.
out here.
Oh,
I didn't watch this
jeez.
game. Did you watch it?
Did you watch it?
Oh, this was awesome.
Because it's the Crows.
Yeah, I love the Crows.
Giving a thumping.
The
Big
Crows are
birds.
great. The Crows are great. I love the Crows.
No, that's West Coast.
Okay.
Sorry.
And the Swans
all
are
birds.
the Swans.
They're all birds.
Yeah, they're both birds.
Yeah.
But the
Swans are
Swans.
nasty birds.
Yeah, man. They're
The crows collected the bread instead of the swan.
Yeah. But what's going on? Are they really a rabble? Is that true?
Well, the crazy thing is, those comments came from Wayne Miller after the game, and he's like, "Oh, we're going to be on here. We're going to win because he's like, based on what they were saying out there, they sound like a rabble." That was what he said.
That they sound like one.
They sound like
He's
a rabble.
just saying what he heard. He wasn't
Exactly.
even saying anything bad.
He was
really.
making an observation based on the way that they were what they were communicating about on the field, and Wayne Miller was like, based on what they're talking about, they just sound like a bit of a rabble. And so this was a genuine comment that they were not on.
And there was nothing wrong with what he said,
No.
and it just sums up how the Bond world's going. But I can understand from the Crows' point of view.
no, stuff him. That's
No.
bad.
No, because of the Josh Rochelle thing
I don't
last year.
care. This is perfectly legal.
Yeah, they'll probably
mean-
just like, hey, Wayne, just
I think you could easily say that just from the way they played.
yeah, he's
They lost
correct.
by 90 points.
He's-
I mean,
he's
it's not
correct.
It's not like they didn't get thrashed.
Yeah,
That is definition of rabble.
I mean, any supporter watching that game probably said the same thing.
We're a rabble.
yeah,
Is what every probably
it is what
one
it is.
supporter would have said.
yeah.
I don't know. People have said worse about other teams.
For sure.
Teams have copped it over worse commentary.
And also,
Absolutely.
he said a bit of a rabble, not rabble.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't.
they're just a little bit of a rabble.
Too sensitive. What's happened?
Shame on Adelaide.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, shame on Adelaide.
Clearly, that's the big difference. The horses, not Mel Gibson. All right, so with the blue on the face, it's the same difference, same, just horses. So shame on Adelaide. How dare they take away a beautiful comment? Because even if he apologized now, which he has, right, public apology, we all know it's not from the heart. And we all know it was done because you twisted his arm and made him do it.
I'm sorry for saying that, I guess.
And leave the Maliras alone.
Yeah,
Just leave them all alone.
especially
Let them be.
Adelaide.
Just leave them
Especially
alone.
Adelaide.
One's enough.
Leave them alone.
Double the fun might be too much fun, I think. But love the Crows. We always said they were a top caliber side.
Yep.
Well, you guys
top
did. I
4,
wasn't
top
into
6. Yeah, you were never into it, but Steve
we
and
are.
I were all over it.
Do you believe?
Do you believe now?
Not yet. Let's
Not yet.
have a couple more rounds, okay? We'll wait till after the bye.
All right. Do you believe in your Saints that they've turned their season around after
No.
beating the Demons up in the heartland?
I am happy about the win.
Yes.
I'm not going to say it means a damn thing.
Really?
No.
What does it say
Although
more about
it was
you?
promising, it was promising because it was the young guns. Like it was
Yeah.
a bunch of young guys learning how to win. I think it was really. What the hell is going on?
It's
I think
alive!
it's really great for the future.
Yes.
I don't know what it means for this season, for the next season. I don't know. But I thought it was awesome to see the young ones winning and like cultivating that kind of culture. Because
One in particular.
I think, what?
One in particular.
One young one.
Yeah.
Kilo.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh,
how
he's
good
a
was he?
killer.
And all the people bitching that he's playing and he's not good. Like, give the kid a chance.
Correct.
I thought he had a great game and
He
I
was
was really
unreal.
happy to see it. I thought Carroll was great. I don't want to say we didn't miss McRae in the middle. It's nice to have him there, but I didn't feel, I don't know,
Well,
like
Hunter
we were
Clark
out of
was
sorts.
great.
Hunter was amazing. He never gets to have a good run because he always gets injured.
Yep.
So hopefully this season he can keep going.
Zach Jones.
But yeah, we were able to see all that, and it was nice. Zach Jones not a young
Jones.
one.
No,
but
no. But the midfield mix without McRae was
the
not
mix
was
wasn't
not
too
missing.
bad. Yeah, and it wasn't as unbalanced. And I think a lot of that is Hunter because he has good instinct about
He's a
football.
hunter, isn't he?
He just has really good
Yep.
football instinct, and he moves the ball rather than, creating space or doing some other things that maybe like
Yes.
a Jack Steele would.
He's very predatory.
Yes, I really liked that. I liked the performance, what it means.
Look,
I'm
good,
not saying a word.
good kicking is
Any
good
win's a good win.
football.
Every win's good.
Yes.
I was happy. I love to have a weekend where I don't want to hide my face in shame on Monday morning at work. So this
Don't we
was
all?
good for me.
Don't we
I
all?
mean, could the Demons have kicked Shredder? Yes.
Certainly.
I don't know what that would have meant for how we would have responded, but I'm glad that we walked away with a win. And are the Demons back on track? I don't know.
Yes, still okay. Yeah.
I don't know.
Bad kicking is bad football. As
I
it
mean,
always has
the
been.
narrative before this game was that they were back in it and they were ready and they,
They
were going to
were.
be okay.
They were like plus 20 inside 50s and something. Like they had every opportunity
No.
to win. They had every no.
Yeah,
No.
but they weren't that.
That's
They weren't.
Paulus.
They weren't. They weren't.
Sorry.
Moving.
They were plus 17. Not
Well,
plus
they-
20. They were plus 17 inside 50s. I'm
It
sorry.
doesn't matter. Cal Wilkie's back there.
They had 7 goals.
Saints won. Stop crying, Joe.
They had
Yeah.
7 goals
Yes.
from 57 inside 50s.
Yeah, but they don't handle the inside 50 well. They just don't.
They kicked 1 goal 12
in the
in
second,
the second
half.
half.
Yep.
I know.
What on earth?
Like this
But
is
they've had games like that before. That's their
classic Melbourne.
MO.
Classic
It's
Melbourne.
their MO
They
Yeah.
have blown a dynasty on this.
on behind.
On behind.
Or purely based on this game.
No, purely based on this output.
Yeah.
Of them having field position, of them
Right.
kicking,
And then they can't
having
com-
shots, not converting.
Yeah.
They've legit been bungled out in straight sets of final series because of inaccuracy and
Yeah.
terrible ball use inside forward 50.
They
This
can't-
is the most classic Melbourne performance ever.
can't finish.
The most Melbourne of Melbourne performance.
Absolutely. The most
not-
demonic of demons.
They're not finishers.
Yeah.
Hey, Saints versus Demons, though. That's cute that we got
And
the
it's
win.
righteous justice biblically turns out to have won on the weekend. There was a
karma.
force field around the goals. Maybe
You know what it
God
was?
had some interference
Nah,
there.
I'll tell you what it was. It was a beautiful field. It was a well-maintained field, and it was good weather. Saints footy. Those boys love good weather. They love a
It was
good
a bit
field.
of a bit of wind though.
They love the
Were you there?
well-maintained grass.
message.
Everything. I think everything like the grounds were really easy to play on.
Right.
It's when we get into the weather conditions that we can't do shit. So I think it was a perfect day for St Kilda football.
Beautiful
Just-
backdrop as well.
Oh, it was a nice backdrop.
It's always nice.
I actually thought it was very pretty. The backdrop.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
They didn't construct it for the game. That's just
No,
the
I
natural.
know. It was.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
nice.
that all
It's
the
a
time.
nice
We weren't saying
place
that.
to have a stadium. What happens outside that stadium? Like, is there anything outside the stadium at Alice Springs, or is it just?
I'm sure Alice Springs
So-
is more than just TIO.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't look like there's anything around it.
For all you people who live in Darwin or TIO around
What's
in the
around the
vicinity.
stadium?
Did you just
Is there
say
a pub?
Darwin?
I meant to say
Oh,
Alice
yeah,
Springs.
Alice Springs.
Anyone living around the
Is
Alice
there a
Springs
pub?
area, please. I did say Darwin. Thank you for picking me up.
There
Anyone
probably
living around
isn't a-
Alice Springs, please.
Are there no pubs? Is it
Your
dry?
infrastructure.
Do they have like anything? What's there? I need to know.
The 20th football team, perhaps.
I know, but around the stadium, like, what's the refreshments like?
The refreshments.
Yeah. Is it Carlton Draft?
I don't know. How are we meant
I'm
to
just
know?
curious.
Are you asking me to message to reach out to some group chats and find
It
out?
looks like they just put a stadium in the middle of a desert up there. It doesn't look like there's anything. Look, how do people get there?
What?
It does look.
Let's ask. I wonder.
It's very beautiful, but it looks like nature stadium. That's it.
All right. let's see.
What's the last game, Joe?
Let's ask Grok. Which beers
you're asking Groff.
Which beers are served
I'm just
in
curious.
Alice Springs?
TIO Stadium.
I'm just going to ask Alice Springs.
Oh, come on.
Confirm your age to continue. I am of age, you. It's asking me about, am I an adult to ask
Why
about
would an
beer?
adult ask
ID,
this?
please.
ID to ask about beer. Not to consume the beer, just to know about beer.
That's
Are you
right.
of age?
Illegal. What's it say?
Unbelievable. The core range of beers. Oh my God, my phone's vibrating. This is hitting hard.
Yeah, they're coming for you.
Summer ale, a refreshing ale brewed with Citra
What
and
beers do they
Mosaic hops.
serve at TIO Stadium?
American Pale Ale, Australian Pale Ale, batch number 37 Pale Ale, specific ale, mid-strength lager, stout, IPA, double
No
IPA,
beer.
sour beer, Territory Red IPA.
South Coast Pale Ale by Pirate Life Brewing.
Pirate Life. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's only Pirate Life. No Carlton.
No Carlton.
No, there's no Carlton here.
No Carlton draft.
All right. There we go. The more
No
you know, knowledge, the more you know.
Nothing.
And the last game of the round was
Give it-
between the Eagles and the Cats. This was a close game.
I actually thought I had this game
Good
on.
game of footy.
I had this game on in the background, and I was like, I have no interest in it, but I'll leave it on while I do other stuff.
Yes.
And I just got stuck watching because the Eagles were good.
They were very good.
They were magnificent
They were.
for most of it.
Let's keep going
I don't know
higher
about
up on
magnificent,
your waves.
They were like way better than I expected, way more competitive than I expected.
They were.
And if it wasn't for the last 5 minutes, I mean, they might have had that.
That was the most disrespectful 43-point win I've ever seen.
I mean, it was really
Like, seriously.
disrespectful.
They were right there.
That wasn't
How
deserved.
They
many-
were right there.
It's just how many times is Jazza going to kick a goal? It's so annoying to watch. It's getting boring.
He's good.
I just
I
when,
love Jez.
I know he's
love
going.
Jez.
He is a few weeks away from pulling AME though.
What?
He's gonna.
Who
it's
told
too
you
many
that?
Goals.
Who told you that?
From
Jesus.
kicking goals.
Jesus. Oh my God. She's dropped the big man himself. He told me. Jeremy Cameron's going to do a hamstring. What are you?
I'm just saying.
Sounds like you're praying for it.
No,
It does, doesn't it?
No,
It
doesn't.
actually does.
I'm just.
Boring.
He's
I want
kicking
him to
too
pull
many
a hammy.
goals. You know what will stop him from kicking goals? A hamstring.
I mean,
Was
so
it you
annoying.
who told Jesus, or was it Jesus
no,
who told
I'm
you?
not, I'm not. I'm just saying.
All right. Respect.
It's a lot. Like every time he has the ball,
Yes.
he just kicks a goal, even if it seems ridiculous. Like over his head, kicks a goal.
That's not caddy.
I just don't understand it.
This is pure respect.
I've never
and
seen
adula-
anger for someone that's good at their job.
I know.
I mean, it's great, but it's
you
too
can't
annoying.
please everybody, can you?
That's just annoying.
This is the best form of respect you can possibly show anybody.
This
Yeah.
is a traumatized Saints fan
Look,
that has
if
had
he-
to deal with him for the past 13 years.
Yeah, I know, but
kicking
we beat
snags.
Yeah, but we beat Geelong.
He
quite
loves
often.
a good snag.
Oh yeah.
I just find it like, okay, you see a team and they're really competitive. Like I was like, the Eagles are doing really well. It'd be so nice to see them like
Yeah.
Jinby
at
did a
least
great job on
even up
Jez.
the score.
Wonderful.
And then all of
Yeah.
a sudden, Cameron gets the ball and he scores a goal, and it's like it's uneven again. Like it's just so annoying.
Yeah, Jimby did so well. He just limited him to 5 goals, 2 behinds.
Ah.
That is so harsh because if you actually watch that game, Jimby wore him like a glove.
Yeah.
And
He
he
did.
was so good.
And undersized.
And undersized, and he
Ridiculous.
He didn't lose a single one-on-one.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
And Jez said after the game, he beat me. Don't let the junk time goals late
5 goals,
fool you.
2.
Really?
Yeah, he said that.
Okay.
He was ridiculous to be held so much and then to still come out in a half a quarter.
It is so
And come out with 5
annoying.
goals too. It's just unbelievable. That's
so annoying.
That's the Cats for you. That's the Cats.
That's
Cats to a
exactly
T.
what I mean. It's annoying and it's boring.
Look, it wasn't boring until it wasn't boring until it became boring.
What do you
It wasn't
mean?
boring at all, though.
It is boring.
No, the game wasn't boring.
The game is so competitive. And then the last 5 minutes, you're like, just shoot me in the face now. Why am I watching this?
All right, that's a little bit. That's a little bit
What did I
overdramatic.
waste my whole last 2.5 hours doing? Watching Jezza kick a bunch of goals. Why do I want to see it? That's not why you watch the game. You don't watch to watch one guy kick a bunch of goals.
I feel like the second Jezza kicked his second goal,
Yeah,
you sort of had this feeling of
I might just turn
this
this off
might.
now.
Yeah, it looks like the Cats have got this.
Yeah.
Annoying.
Yeah.
You know, it was when he kicked his second goal.
I got a Coleman to win.
Yeah, exactly. That you sort of felt like, all right, here come the Jets.
Here we go.
Please don't turn it into a blowout. That's what all of us were saying. Please, guys, don't
Well,
be
they
a
kinda
blowout
did.
because you've played so well
Oh, so
and you
annoying.
gave it your all, your 120%.
Correct.
Please don't let it be a blowout. And in the end, 40
Something
plus,
was
40,
blown.
40 plus is a blowout.
It is. Unfortunately.
What
yes.
was your big call last week?
Melbourne St Kilda to
Oh,
draw.
whoops. Oh, that's a shame. That
Yeah.
didn't work out.
Maybe if Melbourne kicked properly, that
Well.
might have been the case.
No, doubtful.
My big goal was that I think
You didn't even say one.
No, my big call was that Jezza would outscore the Eagles.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Nearly
He kicked
halfway there.
He kicked 5 goals too.
Also,
so
Is that
Yeah.
a big call? I mean, look
5
at
goals
him.
2 to 11 goals 7.
Jeez.
All right,
Yeah.
that is a big call for one person to outscore a whole team.
I know,
That
it's
is a
just-
big call.
Oh, so boring.
My call was better.
They were both wrong.
Your call was stupider.
Stupider?
It was less likely.
Yeah, it's called a bold call. It's not meant to be
I mean, it's
correct.
way less likely than that one.
Yeah, that's a bold call. That's a better
Okay.
bold call than Joe then.
Okay. Against my team, had to put a fucking draw the D word out there.
The
Nobody
D
wants
word.
that.
Time the draw.
We already had a
No
draw.
one likes the D word.
I love the draw.
We've already had one this season. We don't need more draws.
What do you
Not
mean?
fun.
Draws are great.
No, they're not.
Draws are what make
So
this a great game of
unsatisfying.
ours.
a draw. Both the teams are even.
We split the points and now it's time for home.
Who sings that?
4 quarters played, now the game is
I've never
done.
heard this.
No one's lost, but no one's won. It's a draw. Both the teams are even.
They need to play this song more. We need to know the
Well,
words. It's a great song.
It's a
Okay.
great draw song.
Great draw
great.
song.
Yeah.
I'm just
I never-
imagining that on the grand final between Collingwood and St Kilda.
No.
I love it.
Shut-
It was too much fun. No one's lost, but no one's won. Like, I love the way that it goes up with excitement that no one won.
You've done the unthinkable bringing that up.
What?
That's disgraceful.
It is disgraceful.
What's disgraceful?
To that draw.
The draw song.
Nobody needs to hear about that draw.
It was
Wait till the season's over, please.
It was stating the obvious.
Oh, God.
It was stating the obvious. I recall someone said that this episode. Stating the obvious.
Getting the obvious.
Sorry.
No.
Really. It's all right. You got there. I wish we can get there. I hope we can draw a grand final one day.
I hope you have a draw.
This week would be great for a draw. I wouldn't mind a draw this week.
You have had a draw last year at the Queen's birthday. Was it 2 years ago? Queen's birthday?
We drew Anzac Day.
You drew. Oh, that's what it was. Anzac Day.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. You know what a draw feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloody Langford. You should have kicked that goal. We would have
Yeah.
won for sure.
Well,
but
yeah. You might have made the 8 if it wasn't for that draw.
maybe.
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 You would have been 9-2. And if you didn't make finals, that would have been even more embarrassing.
You just never know.
Yep.
So there was mid-season draft this week.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a few players who should probably play soon.
I don't know. I don't even know their names.
That's fine. They'll play. They know who they
no,
are.
I do. I do
Who are
my
they?
super coach research.
Who
So,
are they?
Yes, tell us.
well, Tom McCarthy went pick 1 via the Richmond VFL to the Eagles.
He had a great waffle game, I hear.
Yeah, so I think he'll be in straight away. 22
Yes.
years old, halfback, winger.
Straight
So
for Ryan Marriage, perhaps.
probably the way he's been going.
He was subbed out.
He was struggling to defend a blade of grass. So, yeah.
Yeah, he'll beat him.
Yes. Who else? Obviously, Archer May.
Archie May.
Liam McMahon.
Yes.
I'd forgotten your ruck's name. Lachlan Stein.
Blackiston.
Blackiston. And then, who was your other
And we
pick?
got young Smart from our VFL side. Oscar Smart.
Oscar Smart.
With 2 T's. That's how smart he is.
Yep. And sorry, Anna, you won't like this. One thing I did find funny was the Gold Coast Suns picking up a delisted Saint.
Delisted is okay.
And imagine
Can
if
have him.
Duma Hardwick will transform this delisted Saint
Who is
into
it?
a star.
Oscar Adams.
Oh yeah, I can have him.
She says that now.
Any other things to bring in mind?
No idea, but we
No.
shall see in the fullness
North
of time.
took old mate
They
from the pub.
bench.
Who?
Bench.
Yeah, Banch.
The small forward.
Yeah, small
Out
forward.
of Werribee.
Out of Werribee, yes.
They've
correct.
got a good factory out
And
there, Werribee.
someone called Young went to Carlton.
Young, yes.
Was it Liam Young? I think it was. Something like
Yeah,
that.
so he's young.
Yeah.
He'll grow.
So-
He'll grow quickly.
Usually with mid-season drafts, 1 or 2 of them actually turn out to be solid players.
And they tend to be from the Bombers.
They tend to be
All
from the
the
Bombers.
Hawks.
Well, you've got you got
We've got 4 to work
four
with.
options to get it right.
We've got 4 to work with.
Yeah,
so
you've got depth. See that?
That's got to be the record for most amount of mid-season draft picks.
probably.
Oh, and Jack Rewalt, do your research. Nick Martin's not a mid-season.
Exactly. What is he thinking? It was clearly a
Wait,
supplemental
did I say
pick.
Nick Rewalt or Jack Rewalt?
You said Nick Rewalt.
Oh, sorry, Jack Rewalt.
Jack
okay.
Rewalt.
That completely
I thought he
ruins
said
my
Jack.
bake.
Did he say Jack?
I thought he did say. I thought he did.
well, he said
did say
both
Jack.
I've
now.
got goldfish
I feel like
memories.
I would have heard Nick.
He said
and I would
both
have been
now.
like,
Jack Rewalt said it, not
Jack
Nick.
Rewalt.
yeah, it was
specifically.
Nick. Don't pick on Rui.
No, I didn't pick on Rewalt.
Yeah, he called him a mid-season draft pick when he was a pre-season supplemental selection.
Yeah, he was. He was. Exactly.
Just ask an Essendon and a Hawthorn
Oh,
supporter
I bet
apparently
you.
as well.
I think I know why. He probably got confused between Durham and Martin.
Very
Yeah.
confusing
Yeah.
because they're both guns. It's easy.
Is
Both
that
brunettes.
why?
Yes. And that.
Oh,
Oh,
sounds
right.
sounds like a challenge when that's your whole job.
I know. It's such a challenge. It's very, very difficult. So, cool. That was the week. It was a shorter week because obviously there were buys.
Yeah.
The buy rounds continue.
Who's coming back from the buy strong?
That's what we'll talk about in just the tips video.
In
Okay.
just the
Are
tips.
we ready for that already? Have we made it?
I think so.
Have you made it to the tips?
Did you have anything that you have on the agenda?
What
that
have
you
we
like to
made
put?
it already?
Well, like
the tipping video.
we've just completed
The weekly show.
weekly show.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Have
have.
Is there anything that you would like to add before we say?
Is there?
No, I really enjoyed the magic performance of the bubbles. That was
Yes.
great.
That was great. Unplanned.
Unplanned.
I love the Die Hard reference.
We did like
sake.
the Die Hard.
Fuck, this podcast would be boring without me.
You are this
mean-
podcast.
Yeah. All right. Well,
You happy?
sure. There was no other talking point you had. I didn't have another one. I complained about Dumas, so I'm good.
Excellent.
Well, the AFL are doing a bit of a reshuffle.
yes.
So
Well
that's-
done. You are this podcast. Take us away.
Well, Laura Kane, I actually don't fully remember the roles that it's all been done. I do find it all AFL house a bit boring.
She's been demoted. That's what.
yeah,
you
she
should
has
say.
been demoted. She still is
Yeah.
running a certain part of the
The
footy
VFL,
department. Yeah, it's like that.
VFLW,
The
Codes
VFL,
League.
yeah, it's that type of thing.
The mental health thing that comes after.
Yeah,
retired
but she isn't
players.
doing the big
Yeah.
jobs, and they're still
No.
looking for a second-hand man. Or what's the saying?
Second-hand man.
Man.
Right-hand man.
He's
Well,
been
they need
used
another
before.
man.
Second
they're,
hand-
look,
sorry.
they're looking for a man to fill the woman's job.
No, she's saying a second-hand man.
Well,
so a
second-hand
man
man.
that's been used once.
You mean
We
You
used and
mean
abused maybe,
a
and then we
right
bring him
hand?
on.
But also, it could be a woman.
A second-hand
No,
car.
I'm not saying is. I said it incorrectly. All
A
right.
second-hand
Someone
car or something.
else.
Yeah, second in charge. That's what I meant. They're still looking for for second in charge. Amit Baines is the favourite from the Dogs.
Sure.
Tom Harley looks like he's not interested in the job, so it doesn't sound like he's going to go.
I
and
reckon
do it.
Brendan Gale would be
Can
a
we-
great shout if Tassie falls
Yeah.
through.
Can we-
And Tassie could
and
very
s-
well fall through.
And Simon Garlick has ruled himself out. He's got a young family in Perth.
So it's all men in contention for that job.
That's why
Yeah.
I'm saying second-hand man.
Yeah, I see. Do we think that Laura earned her demotion?
Yes.
Is it her that needs the demotion, or is it Andrew Dillon?
I think it would be great if they're both left.
Like, why didn't he apologize and step down?
Yeah, I think they needed a shake up. Clubs were complaining about how the game was
Being
going
run.
this year,
Yeah.
and
The officiating.
yep, Greg Swan is moving to AFL House, so he's going to run a fair bit of the stuff. So
Is there anyone in charge of just the umpire division?
I believe Laura Kane was.
And then she threw them under the bus with her comments the other week as
Yeah.
well.
She shouldn't have any job.
Yeah, so
She should be bye-bye.
Oh, so there you go.
I
You've
think that-
answered your question. Did she deserve the demotion? I
Yes,
think
she
so.
did. I didn't know that was like her role.
yeah,
Yes.
well, that was one of her departments, and
Goodbye.
and I think that was the final straw, really.
Yeah.
And
The position became
she
untenable.
still has a job, so
Well, yeah,
good,
but
good
let's
for
keep
her.
her out of the umpires' juice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I think Greg Swan's doing it now, who's been at Brisbane for a long time.
Yeah.
He chose to hire Chris Fagan, and he's been at Brisbane for a long time. So well done on the new role. And he's
Let's-
been in AFL for a long time, so he's a veteran. He knows what's going on.
Let's hope they do a little better.
Yeah, you want someone with a lot of experience and a lot of time in the game, especially when they're going to be dealing with things like the laws of the game and the MRO
Yep.
and the umpiring, which is what he's going to be in charge of.
Yep.
But you do want someone who has that mature experience head on their
Yep.
shoulders when it comes to dealing with that stuff.
Please
yeah.
fix it. Don't just go sit in the chair.
And and their search for the second-hand.
You're saying it again.
Oh yeah.
Second hand.
No, I won't finish it.
What about who's the
For
first
second in
hand?
charge,
Yeah.
for second
Who's
in
the first
charge, it's a big deal because they're likely going to be the successor of Andrew Dillon. So
Probably, yeah.
If Amit Baines gets the job, he's probably the next person up.
Couldn't
He
happen
just-
fast enough.
He just got in the he just got in the job. You know what I mean? Like Andrew
in.
Dillon just became Andrew Dillon.
Yeah.
And we're like, come
Get
on,
rid of him.
successor. Where are you, successor?
We need to get this right.
We need the successor to come in so we can finally have some success.
We need a second hand.
a second-hand CEO or president, whatever.
It's been really hard with one hand here. We need a second hand.
She's not wrong. Try clapping with one hand. It's not easy.
Well, I wasn't thinking about that.
Jeez, look at that forearm. Had a lot of
Don't
work.
do that. The noise. Stop it. Stop it.
Stop the recording.
Stop. In the name of love. All right, guys. Thank you so
Outro,
much.
please.
Thank you.
Outro, please.
Oh, this would be boring without you.
Thank you guys
You're
so
right.
much for watching. If you enjoyed his chaos and mayhem that he brings to the pod, please drop us a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that jazz. Rate us 5 stars on Spotify, please. And I highly recommend that you actually watch it. I know you might be hearing us on Spotify, but believe me, you're missing out on a lot if you're not watching what's happening.
Yeah.
So
Don't force them what to do. They don't have to
please
watch this.
it.
I'm not
You'd be missing.
forcing him.
You're missing both hands.
yeah, the jazz hands. I'm not
We need
forcing
two
no one.
hands.
It needs 2 hands, exactly.
It's 2 hands on
So
this bench.
Stay tuned because we'll see you for just the tips after this.
Yeah.
And 2 hands.
And 2 hands. See you guys.